Okay, everybody, welcome to day 866 of Eating a Sheet of Paper a Day. Failed to properly and in a timely manner explain this last stream, aka yesterday, but we are going to be adjusting our scores. So, our score for the day, it's unfair because even at 2 p.m., our day is barely fucking started. We know we're all late sleepers over here, except for me when I have to, when I want to wake up and I want to take shit at exactly 4 o'clock in the morning, which did happen today. So I'm not going to say all of us wake up at the exact same time. My day did, in fact, start about 10 hours ago. But for most of us, that is true. So we're going to be scoring yesterday. Now, today is Monday, April 7th. So on Sunday, April 6th, how was our day? My day was mediocre because nothing good happened. It's one of those blank days. It's this dilemma I've had where whenever there is a day where I have no commitments, I feel like I need to commit myself, but there's nothing to commit myself to. So I just sit around in preparation for an offer from God that never comes. And due to this dilemma that's happened for a very long time, it's been years now, still haven't found a solution to it. It's like I need to keep myself busy, which I'm sure is a good thing at a certain point, but right now it's not. Brought my day down, even though I did achieve, and I had a couple attitude adjustments later on, not like a mafia way. I'm like, as in I adjusted my own attitude in a positive fashion, but it all averages down to a 5.1. And I'm going to put in chat, we, in all caps, because this is important, are now giving our scores for yesterday. And this is also for your own benefit, because for anybody who's watching, the one introvert, oh wait, never mind, McBurgerness, yeah, yesterday, thank you, because whenever someone predetermines that their day is good or bad, and because we have a couple pessimists, Ian, in the chat on occasion, I'm actually kind of kneecapping his day because I'm getting for people to overly reminisce on the entirety of today, which is less than halfway in completion by the time I do the stream here. So when people say, it's been a midday, people say I'm having a midday when the day is only halfway done. I think more often than not, I'm actually getting for people's days to wind up being bad by the time the day's over because I'm getting for them to make up their mind about today when today hasn't even happened. We want to keep today ambiguous. So we will not be scoring today. It's just mathematically unfair, not big enough a sample size, a big significant chunk of the days left. We have had the second half of the day left to achieve. So we are scoring the entirety of yesterday because that's over. We can't change yesterday. So McBurgerness had an uncommon day yesterday, a very good day, 9.7 out of 10. Now, McBurgerness, I trust that that score is accurate, but before we go any further, remember to adjust your scale with 5 as the average. If you keep scoring 9s, we won't trust you no more. So, but right now, your credibility is high, 9.7. I'm about to shed a tear for you. I do have a genetic defect. I was born without tear ducts, but trust me, I'm crying in spirit. That's pretty fucking sweet, man. That's pretty sweet. I appreciate that my lack of a good day yesterday was avenged. So someone was having a productive day. McBurgerness, what happened? If they're terrible. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the idea, right? But I mean, you can't anticipate the last 6 hours being good, right? Anticipating anything is a great way to make your day worse. And I feel like by setting some sort of expectation, by having people score the entirety of their day, and I'm trying to ask people to be unbiased too. So if you feel like your day is going to be bad, then score it as such in an unbiased fashion. That will make people in an unbiased fashion believe they'll naturally gravitate towards predetermining how shit their day is going to be. That's not healthy, is it? So I don't want to make people's lives worse. And I keep having people come to me in the middle of depressive episodes and I'm like, dude, this day sucked just like I said it would a little bit ago on the stream. And I'm like, yeah, I feel like not that I'm the center of the universe, but I feel like I might have helped. So went hiking, swam in the car. You were active. You did not sit down and watch a stream, which is good. Saw my friends cry in pain and exhaustion, which is also very healthy. I laugh at others' misfortune all the time, too. Colorado River, huh? You're doxing your address a little bit. I can approximate. I know where you live now. That's pretty cool, though. I haven't hiked in a long time. I associate hiking with the thing my mom does that I hate doing. It's like a school field trip to like the Kumeyaay adobe houses. It's like, it's cool. It would be cool if I wasn't being forced to do this by my school. It feels like homework. So it's kind of fucked up that I associate fresh air and cacti and looking at big red rocks now. I associate that shit with homework, which that's the fault of the figures in my childhood. All right, they ain't me. But if I go out and just take a walk, man, I mean that'll help. It's just that due to my acne medication that I don't take anymore, but the negative side effects last up to 3 years. If I go out there, my skin is extra susceptible to UV radiation, and plus my face ain't that good right now. In fact, I got 2 little scabs. I don't know how they happen. I'm not nervous picking or nothing, but anyways, that is your Brian Case skincare update of the day. Way better than before, by the way. You know, because it's mildly relevant, and I'm going to make a couple 5-second asides about this. Yes, I've had some skincare I'm quite proud of, been super consistent with my routine. And if one aspect of my routine is nice and clean, then the rest of my routine will be too. So the better my skin looks, the more consistent these streams will be. That's the way I want to sell this to you. Does it feel like you're supposed to be crying and nothing happens, or what? It's interesting that you took that seriously when I said that. It's a bit I've had for a while. I mean, yeah, no, it definitely I feel a little push. You know, it's like when you feel like you're constipated, so you push at your sphincter to take a shit and like nothing comes out. Kind of hurts too. I feel like it's like the tear duct equivalent of constipation. There's something in here, but it just won't come out. I'm sure eventually we could have a surgery and extract the tears. That's really gross, actually. The more I think about that, the grosser it gets. No, it's true, though. 100% true, not falsified. That's piece number 1. Oh, my God. My rhythm is so much better when I'm not using OBS. Maybe we should just stick with this, guys. Maybe we should. I remember I was letting all the bullshit with OBS kind of fade into the background the more I let the stream go on. So maybe it's just a matter of adaptation. It's just I'm so used to this, just the actual normal YouTube streams, because there's nothing here to pay attention to. Just a chat log here, like a live chat, and number of viewers on my left. That's it. I don't have to look at chat on my stupid phone. And when I'm looking stuff up on my phone, it doesn't feel unnatural. So every time I get out of the app, I'm not like accidentally pausing my own stream. And then I accidentally unmute the sound, and then I'm hearing my own voice back to me delayed by 10 seconds. That is distracting. So Daniel Yeats you says, yeah. Ugh. All right. Well, you've made a promise. All right. So make sure to yeet one of us. You've got to stick by your word. You got to work. We got an employed person who takes hikes on the stream. You see, I don't make streams for incels. McBurgerness, you are a model citizen. Thank you. All right. Check you later, McBurgerness. Was a pleasure having you on. Also, new viewer alert, Daniel Yeats you. Thank you. I know I already said your name, but I'm saying it twice. You're welcome. So this is preferential treatment over here. We just like to treat new viewers with respect. Wait. Okay, so because you're new here and you haven't seen this in live time, just know, clench your asshole up because this is about to get intense. I know you've never seen me eat paper in live time before, but I'm telling you, it's a whole different experience. It's like listening to something on Spotify versus seeing the concert in person. It's like seeing the man dance around IRL. So just wait. This is going to be riveting. You'll feel the vibrations in your sit bones. Sub-Zero100 asks, TF is this? Did you not look at the title? You know what this is. Or shall I repeat? This is Eating a Sheet of Paper a Day, day 866. You already know I enjoy watching somebody eat paper every now and then. Oh, thank you very much. So that means you showed up here before under a different username, potentially. I might be wrong about that. Well, that's absolutely psychotic. I just hate when people change their usernames because especially through live chat, I can't even look at their YouTube handle. It's like YouTube's trying to imitate Twitter now. Everybody has @blank. You can't put any spaces in there. Gives you less creative liberty. It's basically like those Holocaust tags. You're just a number now. I liked it when we could give ourselves proper names with capitalization and whatnot. What is this bullshit? YouTube just wants so badly to be TikTok or Instagram. They're doing the shorts and they're doing the fucking handles with the @ like it's a fucking email address. We going to 1,000 days of eating paper. That is a falsifiable statement. However, that is a controversial claim, and I will prove it correct. We're still going. We're still going to this day. I like how you are experiencing a whole emotional roller coaster right now. You went from confusion to anticipation. The fuck is this? You know what? I know what this is. We're going to 1,000 days of eating. I appreciate the spirit, and I appreciate your paradigm shift, Sub-Zero 100. New viewer alert number 2. I'm surprised there's so many new viewers. This might seem like nothing to the average YouTuber who gets 10,000 viewers a day, but for me, this means a lot to me. And I'm glad I'm being consistent at 2 p.m. every afternoon so that this can happen, because I know that if I'm inconsistent, or apparently if I use OBS, YouTube will not be on my side, but I don't know how you guys got recommended my thing, probably the condom review, or maybe the algorithm. If so, that's a good thing. I'm very happy about that. We just had a viewer mitosis. It jumped from 2 viewers to 4. Perhaps the algorithm does favor me, or maybe people just have nothing better to do today. But either way, I thank everybody who comes here. So yeah, so if you're new here, I'm doing this for research purposes, long-term effects. If you Google stuff like Mayo Clinic, PubMed, all that stuff, lethal, non-edible substances being ingested by the human body, they're calculating if you ate 1,011 pieces of paper in real time, all in one day, in one dinner course, in one sitting, that would kill a man. But I'm not talking about that. A lot of harmful effects of stuff like, say, microplastics in your balls, or drinking from a soda can with paint on the outside of it, possibly made from lead and or mercury. All of that is small dosages over a long period of time. The human body is a sponge. It adapts. And adaptation plus time equals a different organism. It's like we're doing selective breeding, but instead of, actually healthily breeding a series of pea plants, we're just poisoning our own bodies. So I think it's interesting to explore that. This is something that's almost unstudyable because a lot of scientists and science test subjects are lazy and don't want to commit, like this guy does. So I pinky promise you, it's not about views. It's about science. Yeah. Microplastics in testicles. Where did I hear such a thing? You were sleep talking, Moses. Remember, we go to the same school. You were asleep in class and you were ranting about it, and you started scratching your own balls. Oh my God, I feel the Fisher-Price Hot Wheels car inside here. I don't know why you said that, but maybe it's true. You should get that checked out, by the way. I know when doctors grab on people's balls, it's weird, but my dad avoided going to the doctor for years, and they found a whole 2 of them inside there. So just be careful. 7 out of 10 today. Well, hold on, Ian. Hold on. Hold the phone. Scroll up. Check out my new rule. We are now scoring yesterday. We are looking at the entirety of yesterday and scoring that instead, because I've realized that if I ask people to score what they think today is, those are very loosely defined terms, often to the detriment of me and my viewers. A lot of people, if they think their day's going to be good, even if they think their day's bad, either way, it creates an anticipation, right? The entirety of today is so far this number. It's a midday, and people psychologically will often associate the rest of the day to correlate, and the rest of the day will be mid. I can only imagine, I've done this bit for years, and I can only imagine the number of fucking times I have ruined someone's day, or I have squandered the potential of someone's day because they obliged by my rule and went, today is a 2.3. It sucks. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just reminding you on how it sucks. And it's kind of a brain trick because the day is only halfway done. And so they're scoring like the equivalent of the first. It's like if you're eating a pie and there's a fly in it, tastes like shit, and you avoid eating the rest of the pie out of fear there'll be more flies. That's a bad analogy, because normally if a pie has some non-FDA compliant insect baked into it, there'll probably be insects baked into the rest of it. But you get what I mean. If you're eating a bag of jelly beans and you're trying to judge Jelly Belly as a whole, and the first thing you eat is licorice jelly bean, and I sneakily ask you, okay, now that you tasted just the shitty licorice jelly bean and maybe like the really bad birthday cake that makes your throat burn, like the 2 worst flavors, imagine. Score Jelly Belly as a whole. Before, you could acknowledge that, hey, Jelly Belly has the potential to give us better flavors, but when I ask you that question, there's a subconscious part of your brain that goes, yeah, well, the only flavors I've had are bad, and you've asked me to score it as a whole, and so far all I've gotten are shit flavors, so I'm going to give it a low score. There is an association that happens not when you eat the shitty beans, but when I ask you the question, and then you start sneakily summing up the entirety with the incomplete sample size. I know it's taking me a long time to describe this, but it's very important because I want to express that I'm doing all of you a disservice by asking you to score the first half of the day with a single knockdown, unchangeable number, as if it'll represent the second half. One ball can change it all, as we always say in pinball, as there are 3 balls. So 6 hours can give you flowers, all right? The last 6 hours, it can change things significantly. Paper cake at day 1000. I'm a bad baker. I think I'd burn it, and I think I would burn my house down. And my smoke alarm is very loud and annoying, so I don't think so. Yesterday was about a 6.1. Now that's fair. Sunday, one of those days where nothing happens, or if you're doing something, you're probably worshiping God or doing some sort of cancer charity run or something like that. It's one of those days where you're waiting for a day off. It finally comes, and you go, damn, I realize I am built for mindless work. I can bake. We'll invite you over, Ian. We'll bake a cake, and then you get to eat it along with me. I like how after I gave my fly inside the cake frosting analogy, now we're talking about eating a paper cake for day 1000. I like this. I think I'm going to keep this in mind. I have a little whiteboard with little bullet pointed ideas, which I have nothing concrete for day 1000. So you guys might be disappointed. I should plan something. Matter of fact, it should be. I mean, I know that one's probably going to get plenty of views when I do day 1000. So I got to do something. Okay, cool. Ian, we got each other's numbers, so we'll give ourselves a business consultation. I'll open up a group chat. You know who knew how to bake? My grandma. Fuck, I wish she didn't have ALS or whatever, so I could consult her. I remember when she had a motor function. 6 out of 10. It was all right. Small migraine. Yes, and no schizo stuff on your account, which is good. You were normal. You were just posting some guitar video. You played very good, by the way. I liked your playing. Okay. We got this much left. I'm going to work on a little video I have. It's for my own personal purposes. It's a school video. Main channel. It's going to be a little more minimalistic, but we got multiple good content videos cooking up at the same time. We got a long-term project and a short-term project. Long-term project shouldn't be out for the next 50 years. That's a maximum. Minimum is probably like 45 years. And new documentary, very good. Short-term video should be out in the next week or so. So keep things a little more consistent if I can with the main channel. I just need to find a setup. You know, it's like I have my green screen all the bloody way. Get this gay-ass bag out of the way. But you see, the green screen's over there because I had literally nowhere else to put it. But we got to have a better place because this is going to be one of those Roland keyboard videos that I haven't done in years. Last time I did a video like that, I believe it got almost 3,000, which for the main channel is a heck of a lot. So that was my dad. He came up with the wing recipe. My grandma was the one who came up with the chocolate banana crepe recipe, which was genius. And she kept it secret. So now that she's fucking dead, I can't emulate it. So screw you, grandma, for taking that to the grave with you. I'm sure it's written down in a book somewhere in her house. But oh, wait, no, they took her shit and then we don't know where it went. They probably incinerated all of her cookbooks. That was likely in her will. God damn it. Very good. Shaving with Brienne. Let's see. Exercising with Caden. That's a good one. Well, I don't know who it is. It could be your teacher. It could be your mother. I don't know. Maybe your father. I don't know. But let me know. I can't wait. Send it to me when it's done. I would love to see another interview. I would say this. Try and create some questions that you don't need to make the questions more complex, but get questions that are more open to more complex answers. Like, make your question. How do I say this in a way that's civil? Phrase your questions in a way where, how do I just ask a good questions, right? Like, because it's like, what's your favorite color? How did you start streaming paper? Imagine, like, put yourself in the interviewee's position, right? Imagine if you're this person, right? Let's just say I'm interviewing Caden, or what's he doing right now? He's hanging out with Avery, and he's really into going to a bunch of concerts, getting concert videos and posting them. He has a pretty popular account right now where he posts his concert videos. I could ask the questions, what's it like? What's your favorite concert you've gone to? What is your favorite part about going to concerts? How did you get your start making concert videos? But instead of asking those questions, I could step it up a little bit. What if I was in Caden's position? Like, let me think right now of some questions to ask him, some better questions. I could go, Caden, do you ever plan on shifting, or when you are doing your camera work, what do you have a certain formula for angles? I know Caden wouldn't make good, he would not answer that question very well. He would just go, I don't know. But I'm just saying, at least have a good question. Another question could be, do you ever plan on being on the other side of the camera? Do you ever plan on being a performer? And if so, if you were to be a performer musically on a stage, what genre would you do? And would you have concert videos of your own being filmed by, say, Avery or somebody else, somebody who you hired for $5 an hour? Something like that. Talk about the future, how things are going to shift. Ask Caden questions that he would not think up of himself. I know you're going to do well. Got to sneak back into class. Oh, God. You're still dealing with Scott? How has Scott not died of alcohol poisoning at this point? Okay, well, it's whatever. Damn it! Oh, fuck. All right, well, that's fine. I needed the explanation, but have it come up naturally. I feel like it's my fault that I don't really understand what that's referring to, but whoever you're interviewing, see if you could add a couple layers to your question, right? Let's like come up with the skeleton of a question and then add more flab, more meat on the bones. Well, flab would be unhealthy. Add more healthy, lean, green meat onto the proverbial skeleton, right? So it's like, okay, how'd you get your start? You could expand on that. You could go, I'm still using Caden as an example because I don't know who you're interviewing. I am, but it's not about. You're going to interview Avery? That'd be funny. Interview Leonard. She's a very interesting person. I feel like she's not going to give any serious answers, though. She once in the blue. Also, I don't think you are as deeply tied into her, so it's probably not her. But yeah, but it's like I feel you could come up with a more interesting question from a basic question. How did you get your start? And then just think about it different angles. Like, okay, when someone starts doing something, what are the aspects to that? He starts filming concert videos. Was there one particular concert that, I mean, you actually asked me a question like that in our interview. So maybe you already did that, but I still think they didn't go deep enough. So think like 2 or 3, maybe even 4 layers deeper. Okay, so Caden had some sort of concert he went to. He went to a Wiggles concert and filmed Hot Potato or something, right? What's his favorite color of Wiggle? I'm doing a bad job at conveying this right now, but you get what I mean. Just create interesting questions, because I've seen bad interviewers who are just phoning it in and they want higher ratings. So they just come in and interview Robert Downey Jr. and ask him about his family's drug problem. Then he walks out in the middle of the interview, right? Those are bad questions and they're not that deep. They're just headline fodder. But then you have really good interviewers who I know they have a process where they actually have to self-insert into the person they're interviewing. And in order to do that, like it just requires a certain train of thought. So I don't know. I'm not a professional interviewer, but I'm saying it's just like, as a person who has been interviewed by you on a video, I always am itching for like the best questions. And you've had a couple good ones, but
like a very intimate interview.
Yeah, no,
self-insert into the interviewing.
Yeah, no, he combed my hair. He gave me a kiss on the forehead. I wish the editing was better. Yeah, there were some very interesting cuts. Very, very interesting. I mean, for someone who I'm such an ass sometimes on this. I'm a horse's ass right now on the stream. But for somebody who is going to film school, I was like, these cuts are happening in very interesting places. It's very avant-garde. And now that I'm thinking of perfectly placed cuts, I know you liked the story where I watched The Celebration, and I was like, I'm watching movies on Criterion, some of them with my parents, and I'm really glad I did not watch that one with my mother or my father, because that movie is so fucked up. I don't think that would have gone well, no matter like I like watching everything with my family, but there's just some things you just don't. I can describe it in the abstract, but I do know a friend who was in a really, really bad family, and he would probably get a kick out of that one. And by kick, I mean he'd probably wake up in the middle of the night. He'd probably have some sleep night terrors. That's what they're called. So yeah, for your first editing job, Ian, it really isn't that bad. You should have seen my first editing job. Actually, yeah, you I don't know if you've seen this, but go back to the texting and driving PSA on Good Content. Now that was a fucking cinematic masterpiece right there. So you probably had a better first showing of editing than I did. How old was I when I did that? Texting. This was 2018 when I did that. So I was 15, right? You were about 15 when you did the interview. So when we were around the same age, and you actually filmed people in real life. I was too like lazy when I was 15 to just do a real life thing. So I just got a random PNG of some Asian guy in a business suit. But whatever.
And a little levitating phone.
Yeah, I know. My dad still remembers that. That was a good time. That was a miniature golden age right there where I was. I don't think I'll ever surpass that ever. But I remember when I showed that in class, it went really well, and then it was all downhill from there because then I did the glue documentary about eating glue, and then there was like a 2-second lag, and then he's like, "I don't want for you to incite any of the kids into eating glue," and I responded by making my third video, which is my teacher diss track, and I made fun of him for having no hair. He showed that one in class. That one went pretty well, even though that video, looking back, was so bad. That video is like unwatchably terrible. I refuse to delete anything off my social media, but like if I could delete one, if I had different principles and I could delete one video, it would be that one. Submitting one of my films to a festival. Hey, that's good. No, I wish you the best. I hope it gets the Cannes Film Festival award with the little leaf on it. I hope you get a leaf trophy. Okay. Okay, we're getting close to done. What do I want to do after this? I gotta work out that stupid setup with just like a chair. If I plug the amp in to the keyboard or plug the keyboard into the amp. Okay. There's those big fat auxiliary cords, like the ones that look like normal auxiliaries, but they're bigger that plug into amps. I know we have an amp that could use that because Brianna took the small one. If I use the big one, which is what I used last time, and plug it into the keyboard because the keyboard shuts off if it gets too loud, that would be fine, right? Because that amp is yours, isn't it? The big one back there?
Yeah, be careful with it.
I won't drop it from 50 feet, I promise. But thank you, Dad. I'll be as
Tube amp.
Tube as in YouTube, like TV, or like what type of?
The electronics.
Yes.
It's tube.
What era is that? Is like the 70s, like a 1970s?
I think we bought it maybe 15, 20 years ago. But
That's old. That's ancient. Well, I think
tube amps.
it should still work. It's better than whatever speakers are on that 20-year-old keyboard. I think the keyboard is older than the amp, actually. We've had that keyboard since I was a baby, wasn't it?
Actually, maybe the amp is a little older.
No. It looks like an old amp. It's very, yeah. It's very dusty looking.
Well, that's just this. Sitting around in the garage.
No, it's got like dust built into it. It has like the color. The smell whenever, like I remember you gave me an old Stephen King Firestarter book, and it had a specific smell. It's like it's just like pages are yellow and it has the old book smell. It's not a bad smell. The amp smells like that. It's like a certain really, really old wood smell.
You're imagining things.
No, I promise you I'm not. Okay, this is the last piece. Wait, hold on. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, I'm on time to one of these for once. This is great. You're getting closer. This is quite literally the last minute of the stream. So congratulations. You passed the finish line. You just need to get, and you're late. I know. It's fine. Sorry about the late notification if that happens. We're still working out something. We're doing some testing of some technologies. And apparently if I use third-party streaming technology, YouTube's algorithm punishes me. They give me a nice big old spanking on the ass, and they give everybody late notifications. So for the first 15 minutes, I am quite literally talking to myself. No one's there. And obviously it's like, okay, maybe no one wants to go on the stream that day, but this has been a linear relationship. Every single time I've streamed using OBS, no one comes. Every time I don't stream with OBS, people come. So, coincidence? I think not. Okay. The end. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. That'll be day 867. Make sure to live, laugh, cry, and also not die. And until next time, this is goodbye. Myra, we will see each other again on the next stream. Best make it in time. Click that notification bell. The end. I only come when I see it on your story. I put it on my story every fucking time, Ian. What are you talking about? You need to go on Instagram more. Everybody needs to be more chronically online to catch these streams. Enjoy my paper. I did. It was delicious. You should try it. Actually, don't. I have a story. Oh, Okay, well, why not? It's a YouTube ad. My dad's going on the internet. All right. The end. I will see you guys tomorrow. God bless you.